Welcome back to Counter Slaves, the show we play 30k and not 40k because, well, 40k is awful. With me tonight is Stricken, aka Matt, and Clarence, aka Clary, aka Ski Mask Mohawk. 2,000 points, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yep. What do you bring, Stricken?
Sons of Horus.
Clarence?
Got the Night Lords.
Nice. So, yeah, we'll be back with armies and terrain.
So this is my 2,000 point Sons of Horus. My warlord is Abaddon. And we're going to do Pride of the Legion for my Rite of War today, and I'm going to do the Master of Ambush for my warlord traits for some infiltrating fun. So, I have a 10-man veteran squad with a power sword, 2 flamers, a sergeant with artificer armor, power axe. Whole squad has melta-bombs and a vox. Second veteran squad with a vox, power and sword and artificer on my sergeant again. Plasma gun and a vox. A 5-man Legion Terminator squad, Thunderhammer, plasma blaster, sergeant with dual claws, chain fists, and another Thunderhammer. My underperforming Reavers, 10-man squad, jump packs, 2 melta guns, power axe, power sword. Chieftain has power fist, artificer armor. My awesome Dreadclaw, my Javelin attack speeder with a multi-melta that broke off before I came, my Sikaran with las cannon sponsons, and my Fire Raptor with my Reaper battery autocannons. And that's 2,000 points.
My 2,000 point Night Lord list. Savitar's the warlord. He's using his normal Master of Ambush 6-hit style, so everything gets outflank or acute senses on the outflank. I'm using Terror Assault like usual. We got Flame Master next to him. Got my 3 5-man units of Terror Marines, all with Volkites. Sergeants have chain waves, artificer armor, melta bombs. I got 10 vets with bolters, all have power swords except the sergeant who has a power fist. They all have, I think I mentioned that, melta bombs. There's lots of melta bombs. Tactics still yet to be determined. I have the Spartan with flare shields, armored ceramite, dozer blade. And I have 2 5-man Terminator squads. They both have the teleporters. They're both obviously in cataphracti armor. In this squad, there's 4 power fists and a chain fist. And the other squad, there's 5 power axes and 5 comms plas. Alright, so this is us with our annoying terrain discussion. It's totally going to be half an hour. So starting on our table today, we got a lot of ruin scenery, mainly the 4 corners and the middle. All this is 4+ cover. They all have coping, meaning you can't assault up or climb it. You have to go on the uncoping side. So for this interesting one in the middle, it's here, this little ladder, and then there's a staircase in the back. Of course, with all of our terrain, you can't melt through walls, only through doors. So like here, there's some doors over here in the front of those ruins. That's all pretty simple. We have some destructible terrain, low cover right here. That's going to be 5+ cover save. Does not count as a ruin for things like the warlord trait. Vehicles take a dangerous terrain to roll through it if they want to. Walkers and MCs just walk on over it. They're jerks. We have some ruined vehicles. They keep the same armor facing as they did in real life. They count as immobile for close combat purposes. Any glance or pen explodes them. And we got some interesting impassable storage crates. They're going to be 4+, not ruined still. You can go through them, but you can climb up them if you roll the 3 jump packs and jet packs and skimmers. Take the dangerous terrain if they land on top of it. Other than that, they're not destructible either. And it's a pretty simple board. We have actually, and last thing is the impassable terrain statue. It's just impassable terrain. You can't land on it, even if you're skimmer, whatever. You can't balance. Very simple. And yeah, our board's pretty sparse for today because we're getting it more towards our tournament standard where terrain's more sparse than this basement. And that's pretty much it. And the side I got for my Night Lords, and just over here is my massive deployment. I have the veterans, Savitar and Flamemaster and the Spartan, and I have a unit of 5 Terminators with the power fists next to them on the objective, and everything else is in reserve. In reserve, I have my 3 units of terror squads that are outflanking, and then my deep striking unit of Terminators.
Sons of Horus deployment. It's pretty sparse. My Contemptor is here, hiding for the moment. My Sikaran is nice here with some small firing lanes, and I infiltrated my Legion Squad. Thank you, veterans squad. There. And that is it. Here are my reserves. My Reavers are going to outflank. My 10-man veteran squad is going to be in the Dreadclaw. That will deep strike. Abaddon and his Terminators also have infiltrate just because of the rules, and I'm going to deep strike them in. Javelin is going to outflank, and my Fire Raptor is normal ongoing flyer reserves.
This was the end of the Night Lord turn 1. It was super short. I didn't have much to move, starting down here. I moved the Spartan just 6 inches because it really doesn't have much on the field. I kind of want to have it protected from any potential turn 1 shenanigans. Popped smoke as well, just in case he didn't manage to get the Dreadnought some shots off on it and searchlighted me. So even though it's rare to get the Armor 14 rending, he can still get it. And then with the Terminators, I moved them out of the Sakaran Fire Arc, popped some shots off at his infiltrating squad and managed to kill one. So about as much as I could expect from turn 1. See you guys at the end of Sons of Horus turn 1.
This is the end of Sons of Horus turn 1. I moved my Contemptor Mortis just around the corner here, so it's got some good covering for the objective here. I moved my Sakaran just up a bit. I shot my Accelerator Autocannon into the Terminators. I killed one, so it's model for model so far. My Veteran Tactical Squad also shot into the Terminators. Invulnerable save was made, so that was it there. And my Dreadclaw was on target when I deep struck here, and I just flat out it up here to cover the objective for now. And that's the end of Sons of Horus turn 1.
So this is the end of Night Lord turn 2. First things first, the night persisted, so it'll be night time for this. Starting over here, this unit outflanked. I got to choose the side, decided this side to kind of secure the objectives because they're all over here. Spartan moved to get an arc on the Dreadclaw, show both its guns. He jinked and evaded fire. The Terminators moved to kind of get a more tactically sound position. Over here, these Terminators deep strike struck perfectly. However, when I was doing my turn, I forgot they were there. Forgot to shoot them before doing assault. And since this tournament prep, there's no takes backsies, so they didn't do anything. And then over here, the other two Terra Marine squads outflanked onto this side with the Warlord trait helping me out. They charged and killed the Sakaran, who killed 4 out of the 6 that were wounded. So, got first blood, killed the Sakaran, forgot to shoot them. It's alright, we'll see how Sons of Horus turn 2 is.
So this is the end of Sons of Horus turn 2. So we'll start over here on the side of the board. My Reavers came in. They came in on the wrong side, but whatever. So they came up, they're full 12, and then I ran them 2 whole inches. My veteran squad shot into the remaining terror squad here, took out 2 guys from that. They're currently fleeing. And then over here in the middle, turned my Dreadnought around and managed to wipe out the Terminators that were here. Very below average, but we'll take it. My Dreadclaw moved from the objective here over to here, and it's currently blocking the Spartan. We'll see if that holds up. The veteran squad is still inside. My Abaddon and his Terminators came deep struck here perfectly, so they're just chilling here. They shot at the Terminators here, and we killed 1 guy. And then my Fire Raptor came on to the board, shot into the Terror Squad in the back, but the Artificer armor blocked all my shots. Master. And that's the end of Sons of Horus turn 2.
This is the end of Night Lord's turn 3. Unfortunately, night did not persist. Sad. But I was told I'd be kicked in the balls if it did. Starting over here, my fleeing Night Lord squad rallied, and they did the consolidation 3-inch move to try and get some cover from the plasma, just in case they're getting shot up some more. The other squad moved 6 and ran 3 inches to kind of just be a distraction, be irrelevant. Moving on over here is where the important thing happened. The Spartan disembarked its occupants, then moved 12 to get underneath the Dreadclaw and block its, block the Terminator movement, B, start the encirclement of the Dreadclaw because it was in skimmer mode. I was then able to assault it and explode it, and because all my guys were so close from the disembarkation, anyone who's within an inch of my guys can't be placed and died. If it had been wrecked, the entire unit would have been gone. But there's 3 guys left, and they got snapshotting from vehicle damage result on it. So it's been pretty good for that. We'll see what happens at the end of Sons of Horus turn 3.
This is the end of Sons of Horus turn 3. We'll start on this side of the board. My Reavers and Veterans moved and ran. My Contemptor Mortis here moved and shot into the Terminators and killed one or two. I can't remember, it was a while ago. It was two. My Fire Raptor went into hover mode, shot into the back of Sevatar's veteran unit. Sevatar tanked like a boss again. Javelin also shot into them, and more, precognition stuff. My veterans charged into the Spartan. Salvage a bit. They took one hull point off with a melta bomb. And then, as you can see, my Terminator squad charged the veteran unit. I lost the challenge against Sevatar with a champion, not a big loss. And then I destroyed the other, 10 guys. And that's the end of Sons of Horus, turn 3.
It's the end of Night Lord, turn 4, starting way over there. Move my guys up and ran them a bit. The Terror Squad down here moved and shot at his veterans, killing a guy. Moving down over here, the Spartan pivotage and machine spirited at both the vehicles, who both jinked, and past saves I failed to hit or pan. The Terror Squad down here moved and attempted to charge on the Terminators, and they failed. I also failed to cast Precognition on Sevatar, and as a result the Terminators won the combat and consolidated closer, and my Terminator charged his veterans. I passed all the saves, but it failed to hit completely, and that's it. See you guys at the end of Sons of Horus turn 4.
The end of Sons of Horus turn 4. I used my Contemptor and shot into the back of the Spartan. I took off 2 hull points because I had a crazy amount of Rens. My Abaddon and his Terminators assaulted the Spartan. I ended up blowing it up, and I lost 2 Terminators due to explode. I wasn't able to kill him with multiple attacks, so he just not hitting him. I moved and ran my veteran squad. They're going to go for this objective. And my Reavers, because they're not scoring, are going for broke and seeing if they can do something this game. And finally, my Fire Raptor just moved up. It's still in hover mode. And I shot into the Terror Squad and killed 2 Marines. And that's the end of Sons of Horus turn 4.
This is the end of Night Lord's turn 5. Starting down over here, they just tried to move up. I wouldn't have been in Volkite range no matter what, even if I got the full 6. Moving down here, I managed to kill 2 guys with Volkite shots. Wanted the third to make them panic, sadly not. And the Terminator died in close combat to his 2 veterans. That's it, looking extremely grim for Night Lords at the end of Sons of Horus turn 5.
So this is the end of Sons of Horus turn 5. I moved my Fire Raptor to the middle of the board just for fun. My Mortis Contemptor moved over here. I tried to deny Linebreaker, but Artificer Armor stopped the last couple wounds, so I wasn't able to stop that. My Javelin moved over here. I don't know why I even moved it. My Terminators moved over here to secure the objective here with Implacable Advance. My other Veteran Tactical Squad secured this objective for Implacable Advance. And my other veterans went in here after my Reavers finally killed something, although they were feared and had to work for it. So that is the end of Sons of Horus turn 5. The score was 8-2 for the Sons of Horus. 11-2?
Yeah.
It was 11-2 for the Sons of Horus. I have 3 objectives. I have Linebreaker, I have Warlord, and Clary had First Blood, and he also had Linebreaker here. So tune in for the post-game show.
Welcome to the post-game show. As always, Incredibles with Clarence and Stricken. You just totally watched 2,000 points and didn't fast forward because you're good people. I will throw it right to Stricken with your MVP, sir.
Terminators and Abaddon.
Thanks, yeah.
Coming down, they...
Are you skeptical?
Maybe the Dreadnought.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, the Dreadnought. Abaddon and the Terminator should have more points value, but the Dreadnought capitalized on a mistake.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't have happened. Both did very well. The Mortis mowed them down, poor saves, and a forgetful thing.
I'm getting 2 of those. Hands down.
Abaddon and his crew taking out Sevatar finally.
John Cena!
No more without the precog. It's much better.
Yeah. No, that bullshit looking at the surge one.
Yeah, or the field up save. Or the field up. Oh, I could. Yeah, I did roll that 3, so that instant death was close. But And then taking out the Spartan at the end there just to wrap that up too. That's pretty nice.
Epic fail.
Well, the Reavers did slightly better, but they came on the wrong side of the board and had to trek the whole way across.
You remembered only halfway through with the no scoring too, eh? Or
I was like turn 4. It's like, oh, I could secure this. I don't have Mal. Let's go for broke and see what they can do.
They still got far though. I mean,
they did. They still got feared in the last turn too, just for a little bit of salt on the wound there. Further incompetencies still stacking up for consecutive games, but all in all, everything pulled together pretty well.
Yeah. In fair, I mean, you forgot to with the fear the flanks thing, which caught the Sicaran, I guess.
That too, yeah, I totally forgot because that was like the first thing that happened.
Considering that, like you pulled it out. You pulled it out.
Yeah.
Clarence MVP. Most valuable penis.
Don't know. Everything kind of underperformed.
Who's the shining dirt underneath the...
I guess the guys who got line break and helped kill the Sicaran.
Yeah.
That's it.
Explosion killing 4 out of 6 was
Yeah.
bad.
That was nice. That was quick too. It was just kind of like done. McPhil.
The Terminators that didn't shoot.
That was partly them and partly you for forgetting.
Well, yeah.
They were yelling at you and you couldn't hear them because they were on the side of the building. What do we do, sir? I don't know. Okay. 2 minutes or less. Thoughts on the game, Stricken?
It was pretty close for the first couple turns. I was able to capitalize on the mistakes. And then I just kept adding up piece by piece and wasn't taking as much in return as I normally would. Learned a few new rules, the whole Dreadclaw thing. I didn't know that Spartan could go underneath. So that's a good eye-opener for the future.
Oh, yeah.
And I should have dropped the veterans there, but it's a good learning experience.
Yes, yeah, you know you can't block with it, so. But that wouldn't, I mean, even if you couldn't block, dropping them there and then moving out to do whatever later on would be fine too.
Yeah.
Fly over a unit.
So, it was a good speed bump in Pylon, I guess. Until 7 died.
Clarence, 2 minutes or less. Thoughts on the game?
Really wish I had remembered to shoot the Terminators, as 10 plasma shots probably would have killed it, or at least immobilized it.
That's because you had the rear armor shot, eh?
Yeah, because it was in a really awkward facing. So even an immobilized would have let me...
Mobilized would have been pretty huge, yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't have died, because that's literally what killed them in one shot. Would have saved 2 or 3 other of my Power Fist Terminators, because killed some more of those.
Yeah.
And it would have let me threaten the middle objective with my 3 scoring units kind of in that zone.
Yeah.
So yeah, that really sucked. On top of that, like, I think I would have been able to kill the veteran squad if I rolled higher than 4 inches of my 2 units, like, charging to get a tighter wraparound on the Dreadclaw's base, because I only had 3 inches with the 10-man squad, which needed, like, more, and then 4 inches with 3 Terminators. And
either way, you only got 3 alive out of it, so you did a good wrap on it.
Yeah, except the 3 guys killed my last Terminator.
Sure, no, I just meant, like, taking 7 guys off wholesale was not...
It's true, but, like, again, I lost my last Terminator to them.
Sure.
So if that hadn't happened, there would have been more of my stuff in play for other things. Other than that, you know, he like did a good job of shooting all the Savitar's unit. Like, he got them down to 4 guys with the 2 characters before charging them with Abaddon, and it's not too surprising what happened there with like a lot of strength 8 to get through the Feel No Pain.
Saving grace there.
Could have, you know, there's a bunch of places where it's like, oh, I could have rolled better. Like, I could have not lost like 4 guys out of the 6 wounds to the explosion.
My Rens were pretty low today too.
Yeah. Like, I could have like rolled better for the charge. I could have rolled better for some things. Like, there's a bunch of like, you know, roll better for penning the fire raptors with the last cannons.
Ice gods.
Yeah.
Still a Hail Mary anyway. Well, no, it was never mode, right?
Yeah, it was in Hail Mary. So like they both hit. I just didn't damage it at all.
Yeah. What did either of you learn Stricken first.
Other than the Dreadclaw.
Flanks, I guess.
Well, yeah, the flanks, but also to pay closer attention to the objectives.
Yeah.
One of the key mistakes with the Reavers, not playing them correctly again, I should have deep struck them knowing that all the objectives were over there, and then my Vox was over there, and I had more open area over there, instead of slow crawling it across the board.
If first turn charges is super important, you could infiltrate them too.
Yeah.
Because 12-inch movement's nice. I mean, you can either hide them and then something like that.
Especially since they have like special weapons and like a lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, you can hunt a tank or something.
But
The trade was nice though. Taking Master of Ambush was good.
well, didn't really do anything.
No, it didn't.
No, I just mean to change it up. Like,
Yeah.
You took Voidwalker last time, I think?
Yeah, I did.
Like Conquer of Cities, I think would have been.
Conquerors is probably the better
Yeah,
ones.
probably would have been better.
That are the ones that help with the one that helps with your reserves and helps with stealing is nice in a tournament setting because 4 chances in a day to steal the initiative on like a 1/3 plus 1/6 is pretty strong.
Mhm.
If your list is Alpha Strike, you can.
Well, I want to go second mainly though because most of my
It's good
units, with the javelins, I think I am gonna settle on Loken. He's better for me for instead of Abaddon. The initiative 6 with AP 2, and the ability to get back up is pretty big, especially in a tournament like setting. So I'm gonna go with that and.
What does he give you over Mal? Like I know Mal's not super combat but
Mal is just pretty much a fearless if I stick him on something, and make Reavers scoring, which is
And
nice.
Veterans.
And veterans.
No, it makes them
troops.
both troops.
Yeah.
Right, so you can fill your troops. You don't have to have like filler essentially.
Yeah.
that's not terrible.
No, like
And
I.
you also don't have the downside of Pride of the Legion.
Because you might not have to take that second underpowered vet squad. It might just free up other points. I don't know.
It kind of does. Like one of the things that I've been toying with lately is using Mal in that setting, and instead of I would actually use the Master of Ambush for infiltrate, and then stick my Terminators in the Dreadclaw.
Yeah, I like that because also that frees up your vets to do something other than outflank, and then tank ought to be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that for the Cracker Nation melt would be great.
So there's a few options that I have left to play with. I just threw this together last night. I'm really looking forward to the new rules and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Are we all?
Yeah.
Except for Ben.
Well, I play Iron Warriors.
Doesn't want to take Iron Fire.
Just like small violin for me and my tired.
Iron Fire is great, man. Like it's awesome.
I'll be honest, it's a kick in the balls, but it's the right choice
It
for
makes
Forge
sense.
World because like it's so obnoxious to do like 6 units of fucking like Tyrant Terminators and call it a day. Because
They still do 3.
no, I just mean they're a push button unit because they're expensive, but they're really good for what you're paying in terms of like if you have 4 squads, that's what 1,200 points. But most games are 2,000, and that's 40 missiles. So like it's a bit of a push
Like
button.
the Power Fist for free, I think.
Basically, yeah. Like we actually build the cost out on them. You're not
Yeah.
paying anything really for a lot of the missile stuff, and like that in addition to scoring, because even though they got moved to heavy, they still went Black Bull Advance, so it's not the end of the world
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
It just means I might have to take like Hammer of Olympia more than I might want to or something. But
Or Iron Fire.
or
Which
Iron
is awesome.
Fire. I have to really look at it again. I mean, basically you're just not scattering much on the shooting, so that's fine. But
Which is huge.
no, it's huge. I just don't want to be all artillery all the time. I can see it for a list, one list. I don't see it doing
How do you
it.
roll like 2 artillery things like per list always?
I actually
anyways,
think
though?
Kier Valen is who's going to come out for the 2,500 points because once we're playing with like Book 6 and the new, it's El Cal or something you call it,
It's-
the Red Book or whatever it is.
I don't know what they're like. The current one's
But it's like an abbreviation.
Crusade-
everyone names it,
the, like,
El Cal or
the normal one is Crusade Army List, like
Yeah.
Legion Starters Crusade Army List, and then the specific Legion one is Fan Campaign Legions.
Yeah.
But I think they're changing. Like the new Red Book's gonna be Armies of Dark Compliance is what it's gonna be called.
Okay. But it is an update to the original or it's
Yeah.
a compendium?
Because
It's
okay,
like a
so
new
it's just going to be
version.
bigger realistically then.
Because the Sons of Horus now get Death Dealer, so
Yeah.
+1 ballistic skill within 12 inches with pistol, rapid fire, and assault. So
That's how you fro. Like,
expect to see some Outriders in the future with
Yeah.
plasma, twin lanes, ballistic skill 5. Should
Outriders especially because them just like the jump troops, you can at least position in a way that the shooting isn't going to kill your charge.
And
You
then-
can surround. You know.
yeah, and then the melta bombs on top of that for vehicles. So it'll be expensive, but it will hopefully get the job done until Sakaran shoots them off the table.
Bikes are nice. I mean, they're mobile and they have a lot of shooting. So.
And then Justarian, the big update, finally.
Yes, 2 wounds there.
255 for 5 now instead of, that would have been what, 4 and 10 points to spare.
10 wounds.
And with 10 wounds, so once that goes live, whenever we get the update, that's going to be in my Dread
I
Claw.
don't even know when the
for fun.
pre-order is going to be up for that.
It's not too unfair, because, I mean, if you're facing up against other Terminators and there's fists, it's...
Yeah, no, Fist still
it's not
fuck
the
you.
Fist
Yeah.
still kill you, yeah. I like, my biggest fear is Fire Drakes, or the
Fire Drakes.
the Thunderhammer.
Fire Drakes.
Yeah, Fire Drakes.
Throwing him to the normal Marines, though, like, you're gonna wreck face normal Marines, because even if you take 3 or 4 wounds, you're like, oh no, 2 guys, no. Like,
yeah, like 2+, 3+.
Oh no, I think he's talking about the Justarian.
just staring.
Yeah, I
But
guess
I just
that
mean that,
is-
like, the 2 wounds is huge for some units. It's
Yeah,
gonna be crazy.
that's just it for cramming them in the assault vehicle coming out turn 2.
I'm kind of excited for the Knights Errant stuff, too. I want to see how that goes. Because you can kind of build your own Knight Errant from the sounds of the rumors. Like, you can just make him guy and be like, okay, this is his story.
Force the narrative.
Force the narrative. I love that. I still love that with the militias and the heretics list, because like you could just have anyone pull out all this old shit and just be like, "Here's my Ganger army." Whatever.
Rending fearless close combat.
No matter what, you can break the game.
It's like 600 or 700 points.
If everything's gonna be geared towards who has the most crazy shit. But
Yeah.
No, I am looking forward to trying out fortifications. I hope they don't fuck the game up too much. We're gonna limit some of the crazier ones. Like we're not gonna do Void Shield.
There's gonna be
bullshit or-
none of the like networks.
Yeah. Plus, in fairness too, if we balance out Fear the Flank still being in, what happened to your Secure could happen to a bunker too. Like I just put it too close to the edge for gas, and then
Easier
someone
to
just melt
kill the
bombs it.
bunker.
Or,
Yeah.
yeah, because it's mobile. But
Well, no, it's because the building damage chart
is
the
less
eyes on a
forgiving,
6.
That's true. That's not updated.
So, well, no, it was updated. The rules are in the 7th ed rulebook.
Oh, okay, right. I'm thinking of the AP2, AP3 thing from 7th. But
It's still wait. They just
it's funny how bunkers are not like something you want to be inside. There's something you want to be on top of. It's like safer to be on top of a thing that's crumbling than in it, which I sort of understand. But bunkers are such a fucking death trap. Anyway, I'm just gonna do the cynical Kier Valen probably with like the 55-point bunker that is now armor 15 for no fucking reason, and then like that or an Aegis line where you to reroll 2+ going to ground behind it and just be a
Typhon.
Typhon.
Typhon. Yeah,
I got one ready.
Oh, I know. That's like the reason to buy drop pods and like that or cry myself to sleep at night. So it's like,
There's not much you can put in drop pods that takes out the Typhon and then Alpha Strike.
I'll find a way. If it's Leviathan, it has to be. Then it has to be Leviathan. Like,
And assault
Well-
out of it, so it gives me a turn.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just sit in it.
Move 12 away because you're super heavy.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
shoot
true.
it.
Can they have
Fucking
armored
cigarette.
ceramides?
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't get flare shields though on Typhons.
No, I know. That
Yeah.
was just.
But no, you have armored ceramite, so like you need like act.
We might have cut off there for a second. I can't remember. So we're back. Do you want to switch gears to just talking about like rumors or new stuff or that? We can shit talk 40k randomly, but that'd be weird.
No.
Because we never heard of 40k. There's no such thing as 40k.
I don't
Yeah,
have
it's
enough
apocalypse.
experience
The
for
new
it,
stuff is
so-
pretty interesting. Weight scars are surprisingly completely more powerful than the angels.
Back to it being
Right.
like 40k.
Well,
all my space marines are white scars.
Well,
I don't know. The thing is, the white scar strength is like stacking cover
Yeah.
and like being annoying, but like Typhons kind of just still clear them away.
yeah, but you don't want to be that guy that brings one every time.
I don't know. It depends how annoying how annoying white
Depends how
scars
much
are.
you hate the people you play against.
Right, like if they're taking like the bike ride of war that gives like everything hit and run and outflank, and they already have like
Okay.
just by being a white scar you get bonuses to going first and seizing the initiative.
Oh, you get that weapon where you strike at AP2.
All their sergeants get that.
Yeah.
And all their bikes get hit and run, and they already get +1 of their cover save if you move 12, and they also all have skill rider to start with. So really, you have like a 2+ cover save if you jink.
I'm just picturing these white scars people all cutting off their
Well, I hope
buildings.
they buy their stuff direct, so they have to pay the Forge World price.
Yeah, but anyway, just like
$400 a unit.
if you're going up like against like an obnoxious white scar list where it's like holy fuck, like this is brutal, you're gonna take a Typhon. Like why would you not?
Yeah.
Like.
The good news is you're not going to see that for a few months. Unless someone literally just takes their 40k army and throws it in the board. You're
I
not
hope
gonna
not.
see- I hope not either. I'd be like, sorry, those are bolters. Those aren't combi weapons or whatever the fuck they are. Like, Unless I'm wrong and they do get the bolters, just like the command squad ones. I don't know. I'm talking about the bikes.
No, yeah, they have to be.
I've been converting my Outriders from regular bikes, and I had to chop off all the bolters.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
find some
regular
plasma
bikes.
gun casings and cut them off and try and line them up.
I'm not a fan of the regular bikes. So it's
Neither am I. And I found out that the chest.
But you're a
plates
fan of the
for Mark
price,
IV.
obviously, right?
Yeah, the price of
I'm
collecting
the
dust or
I like the Outriders. I'm not gonna pay what they cost.
no.
not to feel the unit.
I'd pay the China price.
The China price, maybe, but
We'll
I
see.
mean the legitimate Forge World price.
They're 48 pounds right now
Oh fuck!
for 3.
The China price
It's
is
25% of the ship.
the China price is the same as the JW price for bikes is.
So
Which is
40.
fine, really. You can live with that. I mean, like,
Yeah.
cry a bit, but
Pirating is illegal and you shouldn't
It's
do
not
it.
piracy.
copyright infringement.
Yeah, whatever it is. We don't condone such things.
But yeah, White Scars are pretty
Of course
strong. Dark Angels, in my opinion, are the most interesting
Oh, yeah.
because of their like acid shells and their stasis
They got
missiles.
a lot of gear.
Acid shells
They
get out of
get
hand.
some pretty cool gear. Their swords people like lament, but the like the big one is really good at killing mechanicum.
Is that what it's called, the big one?
Yeah, it's the name.
big
Really good at killing mechanicum because it just eats through. It's AP3, but it has flat instant death on all the attacks. So you just fuck up like Castellix, like Vorax, Domitars, like Thanatars are the 2+, so they're a bit more safe. But like everything else, you just like hack down, right? So that's pretty cool.
There needs to be more formations in 30k that give Eternal Warrior and everything.
Yeah. I think Blood Angels will get better when they.
Blood Angels with the assault cannons.
Yeah.
Oh.
That I was looking more at
Rotor
the,
cannon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Rotor
man.
cannon sales just
Rotor
through the
cannons,
roof.
yeah.
Man, 185 points for like 10 heavy support guys with the auto.
They're not
assault
thinking.
cannons.
That's 40 strength 6 shots.
I think if you run
But-
Blood Angels, you need a
to be
library
fair-
with divination.
Yeah,
just
But to
in
be
case.
fair, the Volkite Covarans are also 40 strength 6 shots that generate more strength
They
6
look
shots.
cool.
And they have literally doubled the range.
They don't
of the assault
rend
cannon.
though.
It's true, but
But
they do have
volume.
literally double the range.
They have volume. That's all you need.
Yeah.
But
What are they? So they're strength 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
uh,
Same, I guess.
I do like the 15-point heavy bolter or assault cannon sponson or pintle mount on the rhinos too for them.
Great for veterans.
I love how it's the same price as a heavy bolter. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Like,
They'll jam, I'm sure.
all my shots are higher strength, have rending, and I get an extra one because I'm me.
Well, assault squads are, expensive for now. So
Ugh.
maybe that balances
Yeah,
out.
who
I
knows?
hate how expensive they are. I hate how they're 10 men too.
Yeah.
You basically do like destroyers or nothing.
Ugh,
They're expensive, I know.
They're back to
prohibitively expensive.
It's funny how their thing was Phosphex and then new rapier rules are just like, not EP2, but they're raining Phosphex in the sky. It's
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's like the same
That's
way.
very
If you take a
dirty.
siege
Yeah.
breaker to get phosphex on like anything that's not destroyers.
I'm happy they're at least making that a requirement because the amount of fucking quad launchers you can have.
Well, they went up a few points at least.
Well, if
Yeah.
you pay for the phosphex rounds.
That too.
At least you have to pay. And I mean, like, at least you're paying for all the different weapon types or ammo types if you want them, so.
Mm.
Although that is funny, eh? Like, by the end you've got 4 or 5 fucking like, weapon or ammo types
Yeah.
for one unit. I'm happy Two Forgeable said you have to at least fire all the same, like, you can't fucking mix match to, like, min-max.
I would just overcomplicate things too much.
Oh, yeah, because you'd have people just fucking doing nonsense, like, which some are already doing anyway. But I look forward to BS5 Iron Havocs, I really do. That would be fun. That plus the Kier Valen rerolling ones in my
Yeah.
deployment zone will be broken, so that's fun.
No, I'm looking forward to hitting on 2s with like Buff and Skill 5 guys
Yeah. Well, what can you do?
and like
Searchlights on
Because your
everything.
legion needed a buff.
Exactly.
and
You're so hard done by.
basically 4+ cover save in the open turn 1
Shut up.
and
I hate how that's the answer for everything right now.
just keep everything in reserves.
Bad dice
You
roll.
can't do that.
Well,
You'll lose.
except for the things that won't die to the Typhon.
Okay.
Onslaught
In your line of
formation?
sight.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but
But is that with consent though, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't do that.
I love Forge Rule. They're very pro consent. That seems to be a good.
It's
way to
like
go.
you can build it whatever way you want almost without being broken.
Yeah.
Overly
Legions.
broken.
Shattered Legions.
That's
Oh, here's my favorite Shattered Legion
Shattered
combo.
Legions.
Is Iron Hands using their Head of the Gorgon, which lets them swap all flamers out for grab guns. But then you take the Alpha Legion...
Graviton or?
Graviton.
Okay.
But then you take... so you have your support squad with all Graviton, and then you have your Alpha Legion Mutable Tactics infiltrate them all to within... And then you Vigilator Scout them to be within 12 inches of an enemy and shoot them with 10 Grav Blasts in one turn.
they cross their Legion tactics.
It's
one out?
Shattered Legion stuff.
Wow.
Also needs consent though. But
Broken.
no, Shattered Legions is the most like outrageous for breaking the game.
Well,
Yeah.
I think it was also used as an attempt for people doing multiple legions to kind of compile.
Oh, for sure, I agree. And like Forge World, it's like we don't want this like being stupid, so you need consent to run it, and it's supposed to be like it's a theme. It's
for
called
the
a theme.
story campaign. Like
Yeah, it's called like a
fan
theme.
stuff. I guess
Um,
whatever's left.
Yeah, well, there's so much like they're going to drag the
That's
series on for like another 10 years
That's
and
like
another
that
50
time.
books.
I did click that time.
I think so.
Take a look there. I can believe it because we might just fill the card or something.
Still recording.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's the light clicking.
Maybe I've been
Yeah.
drinking.
Oh, you guys are crazy.
We crazy.
But
Anything
yeah.
else, or we're pretty much done? Anyone else commentary?
um,
Yeah.
upcoming tournament soon.
Yes, yes.
Should be excited, but not expect to show up and get in. Because it's...
Let me go tell
Smart.
everybody about my invite-only tournament.
Swirl our brandy.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. With our monocles.
Cigars will be distributed to those attending.
That would be really
Entry
funny,
fees
though,
have to go
like-
towards something, right? There's no prizes.
There's just a
No.
guy named Jeeves there
Entry
handing out
fee
champagne
goes
to
into our
everybody.
pocket.
Yeah,
We'll
right.
park your car for you, sir.
We won't do prizes. No.
That's a privilege.
a
Like,
privilege,
prize is
right.
attending. Like,
You get the photo of winning going, yeah, and that's it.
Yeah.
You get the badly spray painted trophy from the dollar store.
yeah, it's black.
It's silver.
Well, of course, it has to match everything else.
Yeah.
Is this real gold? Yeah. That is one area we do suck, is actually making good trophies. We've always just like, let's get a cup and spray it.
I don't know, a trophy's nice, but it's like, in
It's,
the end,
it's an
just kind of junk.
extravagance, really.
the
Unless you're gonna
last
keep it for
tournament
a
I
while.
ran, like when like the last tournament I ran, like I don't think I had a trophy, but like first got like $100 of stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
you threw in your own money too. which is
Like,
nice.
like there's a lot of good prizes going out. Like the minimum was like $15, but that was for like runner-up prizes. So
That's what'll be funny this time is whoever gets prizes will go to buy 30k stuff and be like, oh, it's all 40k stuff. Dice, like or paint.
they could give Betrayal Calth if it's there.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. What's that, 100, 180 or something?
Yeah.
190 bucks?
I don't know, $90 essentially to get like
Everyone just recombines their money.
30
into some
dudes
account.
and Terminators and a
You
Dreadnought
start-
and characters. It's
Start
pretty
your
good.
Shattered Legion.
Yeah.
At least it's good value. I mean, compared to the other shit you'd end up buying.
That's
like,
one of the best values I think I've seen in a barrel.
Yeah. It's, what is it, about 1,600 points for the stuff you do probably? Or it's enough to do an army.
If you
Depends.
max everything.
Yeah, like you get one more model in our unit and you're probably there for 1,750.
Yeah. Depends if you like when you make the characters, like what the veterans, if you give them all military.
Yeah, that's true because you could right off the bat say Buddy is pretty much Gulg.
You
Because
can
he's
say-
got what
well-
he needs to be Gulg, and then.
That's what I thought.
Or if you're playing
Yeah,
any of the
basically.
other like 17 legions, you can be a Praetor with like a weapon.
Why would you
can
play
have
another
some-
Legion other than Iron Warriors?
I don't know. Why would you not use Iron Fire if you're playing Iron Warriors?
I don't know. I'm a good person.
No, you're not. You're.
No, I know. I'll read it and I'll be
Lament-
like, I'm not a good person. I want to take it.
Yeah, you're lamenting the fact that like you can't fill troops in Pride with tyrants
I
anymore.
just know the most important part of a tournament is the sportsmanship skill.
It's about being the TO and being arbitrary. Is
Fuck,
actually what it is.
fuck casual people. I'm a badass. It's amazing what like one glass of wine will do to me.
You
I
get
don't
like
know.
two. That's a lot.
Two, yeah. Maybe one. We already lost count, right?
Yeah.
Alright, well, thanks for watching, everybody.
Mhm.
And we'll be back hopefully weekly with a battle report.
Uh-huh.
And they'll be mostly 30k, only because we're trying this whole self-respect thing and loving ourselves. So 30k is in and 40k is out for the next while, because fuck. So we'll see you again for the 30k battle report. Thank you for Stricken for stopping by.
Thank you.
Thank you, Clarence, Clary for stopping by. And yeah, you'll be hearing more about our tournament. If you want to see the missions, you can go to
Ottawa
Wargaming and Tabletop Forum. We named it that, so it'd be OWTF. So classy. And any final words?
No.
Any,
For the next throwdown?
oh yeah. Any messages to our YouTube audience?
I take commissions, so you can hit me up on either DACA or Bolter and Chainsword or
What's your name on all those?
was Ski Mask Mohawk on both DACA and Bolter and Chainsword. So
lie about having a Twitter or an Instagram.
yeah, Patreon, you can donate so I can get pressures. But totally not selling out right there.
You can find me at You're Watching Me. So
Yeah.
Here I am. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good time. That's good. I need more wine.
Also forgot to mention that I should have gone second, which is also really
You should have gotten what?
gone second.
You should have chosen to go
Yes.
second? Yeah.
Gods of War.
May your hammer be mighty.